Hey everyone! It is so good to see you here. And we are so excited to be making something truly, truly fantastic. Let's get cooking. We're gonna reinvent our grill. So instead of just grilling the same old, okay? Which generally would involve animals, we can transform our grill by grilling something fun. Potatoes. Let's get cooking. So the key is, I've already sliced these. What we want to do is slice them very, very thin. Okay, that is absolutely the key. Slice them nice and thin, like they're actually potato chips. So I'm going to slice just a couple here to give you that idea. Here we go. As thin as you can possibly make them. That is the way we can ensure that they're going to be completely cooked. Okay, so, and you don't have to be just on one side. You can slice it here, slice it there. There we go. So you get the general idea that you can slice potatoes just as if they were potato chips. This is the fun part of it. Look, we've all been grilling for years. Let's reinvent it, have some fun, have an adventure, right? So there is this fantastic item. You can get it for like 20 bucks. And it's a basket. So you can put your veggies in the basket and then kind of shake them. It's more fun than roasting marshmallows. So first, we want to make sure that our potatoes are sauteed with something fun. And I'm going to raise it up just a little bit here while we put the potatoes in a bowl. And then what do we add? That is the question. So I've got quite a bit of potatoes here. I'm actually going to a cookout in a little bit, and I'm going to be bringing them. And if we need to reheat them, so be it. That's nothing too complicated. Garlic always makes everything a little more exciting. And so it'll burn off as well. So I'm putting some garlic in there. I've also put in some Bragg's or coconut aminos. Coconut aminos are great. They give it the what I would call a salty taste, but lower in sodium. And you know, we know that potatoes are really good for us. Potatoes are high in potassium, they're high in magnesium, they're high in fiber. So they're a really good thing to have in your diet. Usually people say, well, potatoes, it's the oil. We're not using any oil right now. We might use a little bit of oil in a spray form to just get them crispy on the outside. But this is so much less oil than you would use for your traditional French fries. So I'm going to throw in a couple of other things. One thing I like to add to just about everything is nutritional yeast. Not the greatest name, whoever came up with the name nutritional yeast, but it adds a cheesy flavor. It's really filled with nutrients. The B vitamins. You've got potassium, thiamine, riboflavin, niacin, vitamin B7, folate. It's really packed with nutrients, and it gives it a cheesy flavor. So you could say these are garlic uncheese fries. So I think we've got enough sauce and enough spices, but you know, you can have fun with it. That's the thing. We can have a lot of fun in a vegan kitchen, sort of experimenting. I've fallen in love lately with cumin. Some people say cumin, whatever. I put that on a little bit, gives it a little bit of je ne sais quoi. And I am in love with garlic salt. This happens to be just Laurie's garlic salt. I'll put a little garlic salt on there so that we've got that, you know, little flavor. All right, here we are. Now what's gonna happen? Well, first, we're gonna remove the wood so that we don't set anything on fire, which is something, in all honesty, I've done numerous times here on Lunch Break Live, so we don't want to do that again. All right, so then I'm going to put these in here, okay, and just put them in the basket, and voila. Okay. Now, what I think is really important is to make sure that you've got them sort of spread out. But we're going to, by the way, I've never done this before. I've done these potatoes numerous times in the air fryer. I've done them once before with another type of basket, but this is the first time that I have ever done this with this basket. And by the way, I tried to assemble something yesterday for 2 hours and had to give up because assembly is not my strong point. All right, now we're gonna turn this on. Let's turn on our grill. There's one on there. Let's do this one. It's a little nerve-wracking. I mean, it's a lot of moving parts here, but we're gonna have fun with it. And that's the great thing about vegan cooking. There's so much adventure, there's so much fun, and there's no mistakes. What's the worst that could happen? A couple of potatoes go in the compost bin. But that's not gonna happen because this is gonna be delicious. So here we go. Now, this is the fun part. We get to, in a way, cook these the way you would cook anywhere else. So I'm gonna close that. Now, I'm gonna tell you something else that I do. And this I did for fun as a lark, the last cookout I had, and it turned out great. This is kale. I am gonna grill kale. No kidding. I know this lady's out of her mind. No, I am grilling kale and it's gonna be fun. Hold on a second. We're gonna get another. We're getting another. Look at this one. This is another one of these baskets or pans. And this one's flatter, so it's just slightly different, but here we go. I'm just gonna do this. I'm putting it right in. And this is so much fun. It's adventurous. And figure out what veggie you want to grill and how you're going to grill it. You don't have to use kale or whatever I'm using. You could use, well, we've even got zucchini. I've got a zucchini that I'm going to hit in a second. But you can do, for years I've done artichokes on the grill. Okay, so you lock it in. You lock it in there. And now I'm gonna open this up and see how our potatoes are doing. Okay, here we go. And what I like about this is that you can kind of, dare I flip it over? Dare I flip it over? Let's see what's going on here. Here are the potatoes, they're cooking. I think what I'm gonna do is put this on the grill and then I'm gonna do this. This is now the first time I've used oil. I have not used oil prior to this. So these are extremely saucy and fun, but we're going to be very judicious with the oil. So let's see what happens. Frankly, I don't know what's going to happen, but it's fun. You can join in the adventure with me. And so here we go. And the thing is, with these, you can flip it over. Now, I'm not really sure if I can flip this one over, but I can kind of go like this, and I can also undo it and make sure that the ones that are on the top don't all that they get to go on the bottom as well. Okay, we're having fun with this. And wow, is this more fun than just putting, typical whatever you normally been putting on the grill for decades. This is different, it's fun, and we can enjoy it. So I've got all 1, 2, 3, 4 burners going. We're gonna see what happens. Now, this obviously is gonna cook very quickly because it's kale. How long is it gonna stay, right? Not very long. So now, look how pretty that is. See that? How pretty that is? That's gorgeous. Maybe I'll throw a little garlic salt on this too. This is kind of like flash frying. I'm flash frying. And one of the things, I've interviewed and watched many great chefs, which I'm not one of them, but I've spent a lot of time with a lot of great chefs. Cooking, it reflects your personality. I'm very adventurous, experimental, whatever. Let's try it. Well, what's the worst that could happen? That's my mentality, so that's what we're doing here. And also, experimentation is the key to becoming a good chef. This is what so many famous chefs have told me. What is the one thing you would tell people? And they say, experiment. And you know what? When it comes to experimentation, there are tens of thousands of vegetables and legumes and nuts and grains and fruits you can experiment with. It's really a great terrain. So here we are. You can see. I'm very, very excited. These are getting nice and brown. And look at this. Let's see what's happening with our kale. Uh-oh. I don't want it to go on fire because that's, to be quite honest with you, I have a bad track record with things going on fire in the kitchen. And be safe. Be safe. When you're cooking, be safe, especially with a grill. So you could see that this is getting nice and warm, and it's getting nice and crispy. It's really starting to look good. Now, I don't know if you've ever had kale chips, but that's sort of what we're aiming for here. We're aiming for grilled potato chips and grilled kale chips. And we're having a good time. Let's see what the comments are, because it looks like we got a lot of comments here. Wow. Corn. Yes, of course. Corn, that's a classic. Kale grills very nicely. And we've got, can't even build furniture. Yeah, I tried to build furniture yesterday. Forget about it. Yes, so we've all grilled corn for years on the grill. I'm talking about doing something different, something else that hasn't been done before. All right, so now what I'm thinking as I see this transform, first of all, I'm going to get a, I don't want to burn myself, but what I think we need to do here is we need to, what the hell? We need to move them around so that it's not just the ones on the bottom that are getting cooked. We want them all to get cooked. So it's doing well. I'm very, very pleased with the progress. Obviously, this is going to cook first. I'm going to put that back and put this back in there. And, all right, hold on one second. There we go. So that's going. I think these are just about done. I'm going to pack this up. The key is keeping this little squiggly thing here locked in so that you can actually remove it without it falling apart and everything falling into the grill. So it's quite hot. I'm going to just pull that in, and now I'm going to get a plate, and let's see what's happening. Time for the first test as we take this out. All right, hold on. Yes, experimentation requires a lot of what you would call improvisation. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take this, pull it out. I'm taking this thing off. This is done. And then I'm just going to take this out. Oh, shucks. Okay, hold on. I'm taking this off and I'm putting it on this plate. Oh, boy. I did it again. My track record is unbroken. All right. Now, okay, people, here it is. We've already got the kale. It's done, and I'm very excited to try it. All right, here you go. Look at this. I'm going to try one just as it is. This is delicious. And the garlic salt I put on it is absolutely fantastic. Very little oil. I gotta tell you, this is good. Oh my gosh, this is tasty. I'm gonna cover this while I'm eating this. I have to tell you, I'm not being a PR person here. I'm telling you right now, while we wait, that's in there cooking. This flash grilled kale is absolutely fantastic. Tina says, yes, kale rocks. Obviously, it's a superfood. It's high in protein. There is more protein calorie per calorie in kale than steak. It's a superfood. So are potatoes. They're packed with antioxidants, potassium, magnesium, fiber, all good things that your body needs. But I have to tell you, these are absolutely delicious. They're absolutely delicious. I just grabbed a little drink there. I'm loving this. I'm loving this, and it's so simple and it's so much fun. I think there's a sense that when we grill, we have to succumb to our worst instincts. It has to be unhealthy for us, bad for the planet. That's not true. We can reinvent our traditions and make them super healthy. It requires an open mind and a little experimentation. I've never done this before, but I'm doing it in front of you. And guess what? So far, so good. The first dish, the first course is absolutely fantastic because you can see that it's crispy there. And some of it is a little crispier than others. Let it burn a little bit. You know, it gives it a little bit of a crust. All right, guys, let's go back and see what's happening. Let's see what's happening. Coughing a little bit because of the smoke. Taking some of these out. Now, this is what I needed. Okay, what I realized what I needed is, because I'm doing this for the first time, what I needed was something where I could get in there. Oy, oy, oy. I could get in there and really move them around. That's what I need to do. I need to move them around so that the potatoes on the top go to the bottom, the potatoes on the bottom go to the top. I may decide to adapt here. I'm going to do something different. Experimentation requires changing at light speed. So what I'm going to do is take this, put this here, move this over, and then add some potatoes to this one. That way, I think they'll cook faster because we'll have more of them spread out, okay, you see? And the reason obviously you need these baskets is because if you put them right on the grill, they just fall through the slats and burn up. So they have to be on the grill itself via these baskets. And I think this is a brilliant move on my part because we're going to have quite twice the surface area and we're really going to be able to grill these very, very nicely. So here we go. We're moving into phase 2. And look, that looks just like a little French fry there, right? Right? Okay, we're having fun, we're experimenting, we're doing something different. Who wants to do the same old, year after year, day after day? It gets old. I mean, I don't know about you, but sometimes I feel like deja vu all over again, as they say, when it comes to celebrating our beautiful holidays, which I love, but why do they have to be done in a completely identical fashion every year, year after year? It gets old. I remember the time my mother took me to see Mrs. Claus at Bergdorf Goodman instead of Santa Claus. And it was absolutely fun. It was one of the most fun adventures. Bergdorf Goodman, I believe it was Bergdorf Goodman in New York, had decided to have a Mrs. Claus instead of a Santa Claus. And we went there and it stuck in my brain because it was different. There are so many holidays where the entire country is doing the same thing over and over again. And I think it's incumbent upon us to reinvent our traditions. Doesn't mean we don't appreciate the holidays or the traditions themselves. It just means that we evolve. We didn't always use toasters. Now we use toasters. There used to be a time when there were no toasters. There was a time when there was none of this. So as we evolve, we can have fun and change our traditions to make them more in tune with the times. Obviously, this is healthier, and it's a lower carbon footprint. Let's think about that as well. All right, here we are. We're getting there. Getting some good crispiness evolving here. What I'm going to do, I'm going to close this for just a little bit to increase the heat. And they're in there cooking. So let's see what some of the comments are. If anybody has any questions, we can answer them at this time. Yes. Yes, it's good to see you too, Tina. And this is, let's see what Amy has to say. Amy is saying, it's a great time to get out of a rut. Exactly. People are venturing out for the first time in a year in many cases. I certainly am just sort of crawling out of my cave for the first time in a year. I forgot how to do a lot of things. And I have used this time as a time of transformation. I am now eating a lot of fruits, vegetables, nuts, and grains. I'm not the junk food vegan that I used to be. And I feel so much better, and I'm going to keep it going. I've used this time as a time of reflection and reinvention, and so change is important. It is a really important thing. And Tina also said here, wow, so easy. Let me get to that comment, because that's the point. This is easy, right? And Muriel says, yes, it looks fun. I'm a kaleaholic. I love that. Grill romaine. Oh, that's exciting. Grill romaine. Next time, right? And Liz says, great idea. So, all right, let's look in now. I'll give you another thought about cooking that I've had recently. I think part of our problem as a society is that we want everything fast. And cooking, as I've started to cook now on a more regular basis for myself, is by its very nature, unless you're eating just raw, and even if you're eating raw, we have a fabulous raw chef on JaneUnchained, Dorit, but she's chopping and slicing and dicing. Cooking is a process, it's not an event. And so this is one of the things that we're trying to learn to cherish, is cherish that time. Cherish the time at the stove, cherish the time at the grill, and allow that process to have an impact on you, because that is part of the life process. It's not just, oh, I'm hungry, I'm gonna eat. We are gatherers, we are cookers, and that experience is meaningful if we make it meaningful. All right, guys, we're coming along on this potatoes. I see here some of them are getting cooked. I've got one little guy back here, and I'm gonna test them in a little bit. So we've got a lot of those. We're moving them around and grilling them. Now, I did this once before where I actually boiled the potatoes for a while. I boiled the potatoes for a while before I put them on the grill, and they cooked more quickly. So you always have the possibility of boiling the potatoes somewhat and then putting them on sort of half-boiled onto the grill. That would probably make the process faster. But I'm having a good time here. I hope you are too. We're seeing them grill slowly but surely, and you can see that they're getting yellower and browner. Let's bring some in here and show you a little bit, okay? There you go. They're getting better, and they're getting to the point where they're going to be like little, beautiful little potato chips or French fries. But remember, we've used very little oil in this process. That's something that I have this as oil. It's a spray oil. This happens to be Simple Truth organic spray oil. Let's give it a little spray, and that'll get the fire going underneath, and that will, you can see, accelerate the process. So we're almost there. Honestly, I think we're probably just 2 or 3 minutes away from this being cooked. It's actually a lot of fun. And then I've got a bunch of condiments over here that I'm going to be putting on. You can put on ranch dressing. You could put on Dijon mustard, Grey Poupon. Do you have any Grey Poupon? You could put on ketchup. You could put on hot sauce. So there's so many different things that you can do. And of course, there are parties all over the world, and especially the United States today. And so this is a really fun way to reinvent one's traditions. Check that out. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to test this one and see how it's doing in terms of cooking, to see if, in fact, okay, I'd say it's good. I think it maybe it needs 1 minute more. But it's delicious. Oh my gosh. I'm tasting all the different, the garlic salt, the cumin I put in, the coconut aminos. I'm tasting all of that, and it's really delicious. Oh my gosh, those are good, good, good. Wow. And I think the secret was when I put the, sprayed a little bit of the olive oil spray on them, they kind of flash fried. And look how tiny that is. Look how thin that is. Look, it's like a little French fry. I'm going to try this one right now. Oh my God. These are good. These are really, really good. Wow. This is fantastic. You're starting to see. Okay, here's a key. Translucent. You want it to get translucent. There's still a little white spot in there that indicates to me that this one is not fully cooked yet. So you just put them back till they are completely translucent, and that would be the indicator that they are done. Again, you're watching Lunch Break Live. We are grilling potatoes on the grill. It's a lot of fun. Here's a basket that we're using. We also grilled a little while ago, it is smoky here, some kale, which was very fast and absolutely delicious and crispy and fun, not to mention completely healthy. So we're just at the tail end of this one. I hate to see any fall through the cracks because they're so good, and why waste? So there, I caught one and put it back. Okay, I'd say we're literally seconds away from serving this. Just absolutely delightful. I'm seeing that almost all of them are completely cooked, and some of them are even getting super brown. And wow. See, you want them to be, and I really want to point this out, you want to slice them thin, like potato chips. The thinner you slice them, the faster they'll cook. And that'll also help them absorb a lot of the different sauces that you're putting on them. So, all right, guys, this is the moment of truth. Let me see. Yeah, I'd say 1 more minute on here. But totally edible. I'm just saying that if we want, I like things a little bit on the crispy burnt side. So I'm just going to give it a few more seconds to get nice and crispy. And you know what I really like is that when you turn on the grill, you want to grill for a while. You don't want to just grill something for 5 minutes and then have it. You just want to really kind of enjoy the process of grilling, and this certainly allows you to do that. Wow, it is hot, man. This is hot. All right, I think we are ready to serve these. I'm going to close it for 1 more second and give it one final little boom. Again, if you wanted to accelerate the process, you could just close this, and that would make it much hotter, much faster. But of course, it's fun for me to show you how the process is working and to inspire you to use your imaginations. I was going to also grill zucchini, but you know what? We've done the kale, we've done the potatoes. You try zucchini or try your favorite vegetable. And when I say vegetable, of course, we all grill corn. That's not what I'm talking about, although I encourage you also to grill corn. Grilled corn is great. but have fun and think outside the box and try some interesting vegetables that you normally would not cook on the grill. That is the point. And yes, Kim Delgado says she likes as well. Let's see where she is. Here we go. Burnt and crispy. And there she is with her date, Joaquin Phoenix. All right. Excuse me, guys. It's very smoky here. I'm going to have a little bit of my fabulous drink, which is water and Radical Superfoods powder, RDCL. I drink it all the time. All right. Okay, people. We're done. We are done. Check this out. I'm going to put them on the plate. I only brought one plate with me. I'm here operating solo, so there are challenges to that. I think the first thing I should do is turn off the grills. Let me turn them off. And then I'm going to take these and I'm going to just gently put them on a plate. Can you see? Yes. I lost one or two down there on the floor. Sorry about that. My dogs will probably grab those up and gobble them down, so no loss there. Okay, that's one down. And now we're going to go to the main basket there. You see it, right? Everybody sees what's happening. I'm taking all of the the very, very thinly sliced potatoes off of the basket. And some of them are sticking to the bottom. I'll get them later, but you get the general idea. I don't like to waste, so I'll work a little bit harder on getting all of these out. Wow, this is fabulous. I just love this. It really turned out possibly better than my expectations, because again, I've never done this before. And that's what I urge you to do. Do something you've never done before on the grill. Take a veggie that you wouldn't think normally would be a veggie that you could grill, and grill it and see what happens. See what happens. This is fantastic. Look at that. It's delish. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. These are so good. These are so good. All right, folks. There you go. There you go. You can make this at home. I'm going to show you the whole thing. This is one hot plate, but it is delicious, healthy vegetables. We're talking today. We did kale and potatoes, and it was fun. It was fun. I hope you enjoyed this broadcast and that you will try this at home. Jane Velez-Mitchell for Jane Unchained, and you have been watching 3, 2, 1. You have been watching. Bye.